2 failures? No, he's not. But she's not even on there.
What's it for?
As far as business, is that? All right, we're live.
Okay, let's let it go.
Oh,
Oh, we're just giving it live.
yeah, something there's a, but it's yeah, he told me it was in the consent agenda.
Okay, before we get started, we got Merlin here. He's gonna do a few words for us and get us in a good way here, so be good.
Oh, close.
You're good, Merlin, thank you. I'd like to welcome everybody that's watching live. We're just getting started. I'd like to call the meeting to order. It is 9:13 a.m. Michael, do you want to do roll call, please?
Mr. Chair.
District 1.
Here.
District 2.
Here.
District 3.
Here.
Secretary Treasurer, Chair. We have a quorum, we good. Next up is review and approve the agenda. Any deletions or additions?
Minute executive, Mr. Chairman, if we can add, I just want some discussion on enterprises.
Okay.
Hello,
Something else we're gonna have
this is me.
on the agenda.
Okay, motion to approve the agenda.
Okay, can I call you back? I'm in a meeting. Thanks, bye.
All motion.
Motion by Henry,
Second.
second by Eugene. All in favor?
Bye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next up is review and approve the meeting minutes for 9:30 of 22.
I'll motion to approve, Mr. Chair.
Motion by Annie to approve the meeting minutes for 9:30 of 22.
Second.
Second by Eugene. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Miigwech. Okay. Next up are the, the reports for the officers, and I'm the first one to go. I guess the first thing I want to say is, that this month's been pretty interesting. We've all been really busy, and I think one thing that our council, the new council we have here, and we've been debriefing, we've been doing a lot of good things and having a lot of good dialogue and conversations on what the future looks like for us, and it's good to sit down and talk to each other and have ideas and work with our staff and work with the leadership that we have, and these are things that are vital to not only the growth of White Earth, but the growth of all of our members across Kawabaga, Kennecott. This is something I feel like it's really kind of a good turning point for us to communicate and to make sure that we do the best we can for our membership out there. Because we have so much on our plate. We're all kind of doing things that are beneficial to us. Each member has kind of their own little task, and I know that there's so much things out there. Even with myself going out to DC here about a month ago plus, that we were out there for the energy summit, the traveling with the Department of Energy, and that was some things that I learned a lot out there and met some old friends and talked about what other nations are doing and the importance of networking and getting up to date and up to speed on different things that's happened around us, and and just understanding that whole energy thing was really kind of overwhelming too, but it was really good to go out to that. And the other one I was out at was the gaming ones, and I know that GDE was really informational, and one of the things I wanted to look at was some of the pool tab machines, and what the talk has been that these machines have been kind of encroaching on our different reservations that are around us, and they're making these huge profits, and I just wanted to kind of get some background on this, because there's one thing in White Earth here that we don't have those e-pool tab machines, so it's a good thing that but I just wanted to get something on it, and also sportsbook, and also iGaming. So those are some things that I wanted to research and look into more and find out what, how all this can benefit our people and our nation. So that was one thing out there. Then the last thing that me and our treasurer LaRock went out to was the MIGA meeting we had Monday up in Grand Portage, and that meeting was good in a way, but the other one is like, we know that there's things that we have to advocate for our people in our nation, that that maybe things don't go as well as it down in the urban area, but for us as leaders here in White Earth, that we have to advocate for our people in our nation. So these are things that I feel that's important for us, and being the biggest nation in Minnesota, that that we have a lot of members that we have to tend to. So these are things that are very important to us, and things that are on the future that's coming, and of course we want to be there at the table when it comes, and and these are items and ideas that we have to be ready for when these amount. And of course, working in talking to our different directors and managers across in different entities like enterprises and other areas, it's just good to get good feedback, and and of course our workplace is important too. So, but I want to say miigwech and thank you everyone, and make sure that you get your booster shot, because right now there's a lot of sickness floating around. So I know that we have to take care of ourselves and make sure that you take care of yourself. Miigwech.
Good morning. Well, I guess I'm going to start out with my financial quarterly report is online. I got to put it online, but it's in the paper. So if anybody wants to read that and have any questions about my quarterly financial report, you can give me a call. I'm just going to walk through my schedule here and do my updates by this. it looks like the Jackhaw property for the men's acute care is almost ready to go. I know the council went through a walkthrough the other day, and I was unable to do that, so we're gonna probably try to do that either next week or the week after to do the walkthrough for the grand opening for the Jackhaw property for the men's acute care. We also met with the pandemic, let's see, response, let me take a look at it here again. Pandemic Response Accountability Committee. They came up and they talked to several divisions and around, just trying to getting a feel of how we spent the ARPA and the CARES Act money and stuff like that. It was kind of like it was an audit from a company that came in and just wanted to get all the numbers right and all that stuff like that, and make sure that we everything was accounted for and everything like that. So the other thing is we did meet with the IHS and the elders. We talked a little bit about some of the challenges they're having with IHS and stuff like that happened, and that's usually a monthly deal that we do. So we also talked about the elder home repair stuff. We met as a council with I believe we're going to be going with White Earth Builders, and they're going to be coming out to each of the houses that the district reps have picked for the home repairs and stuff like that. So some people will be expecting, if you put your application in, if you didn't get selected, we'll be finding some more money to try to get the rest of those projects done and stuff like that with those. Of course, we our monthly meetings with Gaming Commission. We met with White Earth Fire and Nadoash Fire the other day on maybe some funding sources for them for some equipment replacement and stuff like that. So looking at some funding sources for them. Like the chairman said, we were in MIGA. We were out in Grand Portage here the last couple of days. On my way back from Grand Portage, we stopped in at Nisswa at the,
What was the name of that resort? Great View Lodge.
Grandview Lodge. We stopped at Grandview Lodge. There's a program that when I was the public safety director and chief of police, that we were vying to get, it's the Tribal Assistant Probation Officer Initiative, and that did come through this last year. So, and then they got the President's Award through the committee there, and they were honored last night for that. So on my way back from Grand Portage, District 1 Representative Union Summers, myself, in District 2, I'm sorry, it's early morning. Merlin Deegan from Public Safety was there. Lori Thompson was there from the courts. Wendy Spry from DOC. It was a very good award ceremony. They awarded the Corrections Officer of the Year, and they did some other stuff. And we got the Presidential Award for the collaboration between the Minnesota DOC and probation and White Earth Nation. So it was a very good ceremony last night. So the other thing is I did get on, I got on Native Roots Radio and talked a little bit about the Kansas and the Canadian Pacific Railroad merger. I talked to on there the other day. I wasn't able to get on with via Zoom, but I got on the radio through my phone and stuff like that, and I did some testimony there against the merger. And that's been a kind of a long-standing battle with us and Canadian Pacific. We also did meet with Canadian Pacific's CEO and some of their representatives the other day too, and talked a little bit about why we weren't notified that this merger was happening and what it was going to do for our community and stuff like that. So, but we did meet with them, and we're going to meet with them in person. We met with them by Zoom. And before the Surface Board Commission makes any kind of decision on it, we'd like to have our say on it. So I'd like to thank Honored Earth and all these other divisions and stuff like that have been assisting with the stuff that we've been doing. And I know last month I went out to Washington and testified to that Surface Transportation Board. So. And also, District 2 is going to probably talk a little bit about the Garden Valley initiative that we have also too, to get better broadband and better fiber optic stuff up to the Nadoash area and up to the northern side of the reservation and stuff like that. So that's about it. If anybody has any questions for me, make sure you give me a call. My report's on the paper and we're going to be putting online. So miigwech, everybody have a good day.
Hey, Mike, is that your financial quarterly report are you
Yes.
talking about?
Yes.
It's not gonna actually be a meeting?
It's not, no, it's online.
It's gonna be it's in the paper.
All right, Hank?
Boozoo, District Rep 1, Henry Fox. Like Mike said, you know, we're having quite a few meetings. A lot of them good. Kind of want to share, you know, he talked a little bit about Canadian Pacific there. Yesterday, I was over by Callaway and there was a train going by. I think I only got half of the train and I counted 20 of them cars. So no way are they saying there's 7 cars added. And what they're doing is they're spacing them out through the train, so the train is longer. And yes, it will affect, especially the town of Monoman here with the emergency services, so. Like I say, we finally had a meeting with them and we're gonna have a lot more with them to try to figure out, you know, what's the best way for this train thing. It looks like they're gonna do it just like line 3, you know, no matter what. Tomorrow, we have a visit with Representative Stauber. These guys are all going to the TEC, but me and Eugene and them are gonna, you know, meet him. He's flying into the airport, so we're gonna take him over here, show him the train tracks, all the crossings that we have.
Yeah.
And we're even gonna go show him, you know, the supportive housing over there. And then we're gonna go show him where the new transit station is gonna be, so. Rice Lake area, I've been, you know, when they don't have meetings, I really like to be in the office over there in Rice Lake there. Just to meet a lot of people. And of course, you can never go to Walmart without meeting people, so your work is at Walmart too. Dollar General, Family Dollar. You know, that's where you need to take the time to talk to your people, our constituencies out there, so. Like they say, you know, when you run for office, you work 24/7, and that's very correct. Especially with me, I like answering my phone. If not, I'll call you right back. But the phone is just a phone, you know, the phone has been there. Years ago, we had party lines. Now we got cell phones we can haul all over. But if I can get to your place, that's what I like. I like face to face, so. We're having the big haunted hayride tonight over there in Rice Lake. We're going through back by the Powell grounds and coming out on County Road 35, I believe it is over there. People just sitting in the woods scaring people, that's pretty scary, especially with a chainsaw, you know. So that starts, they're gonna start setting up at 5 and 8 o'clock. They're gonna start bringing like 3 hay trailers through there, and it's pretty awesome. We did it last year, and this year we're gonna do it again, so. So I gotta get to that. I wanna leave here right now. No. No, I'll get there later. But with the community council over there, I see we got an update from them. Aisha got it from some of the committee council members, so. And it's awesome, you know, because I was on that council, and unfortunately I had to resign from that one. But my support for them is, you know, one of the highest, because I know the need of the people, and they just need to be taken care of. And kind of like our list we got there now, you know, to make sure we get people's houses fixed up, livable, especially for the winter windows. I noticed a lot of furnaces this year because of an old furnace. can't find parts or whatever, so. So working on that, trying to get everybody, you know, because everybody's needs are different. Some are a little bit more, but we will do our best. Working with Elder Advocate Lisa Goodwin Knudsen and my assistant, and we'll get her done, so. With that though, that's probably all I got. I'm gonna hand it over to Eugene.
Rich.
Buju, a couple quick updates. So, I think last month we were talking about the sports complex renovation. So we did successfully submit our grant on time, and we'll find out if we're gonna be able to fund that project in April of 2023. The renovation would be in the pool area. This renovation will provide a community space for the Boys and Girls Club and community members, and a space for food distribution, as well as some additional office space. The Secretary Treasurer talked about the Garden Valley. Collaboration with the White Earth Nation. So Garden Valley is an internet service provider out of Erskine, and they're doing a build out within the boundaries of the reservation. And it will include the Mahnomen, Bolio, Pine Bend, Nadawash, and Roy Lake area. And we sat down with them about a month and a half or so ago, and we were talking about how this build out was going to look. And we noticed in some of their build out that there wasn't a lot of build out within our tribal communities. It was everything around. We negotiated, and now this build out will be in our tribal communities. So it will cover completely north and south Twin, and down County Road 4. So this letter of support we gave them was for the Reconnect grant, and it will provide a high-speed internet in the Mahnomen, Nadawash area. It'll bring in another competitor too, so we'll see if you go through RVIG or CenturyLink, and since Garden Valley's be coming in, you'll see lower rates, and then since it's going to be new fiber also, it's going to be more reliable. So I know we had some issues with RVIG just a few days ago, so hopefully that'll relieve all of that. And then I know the rest of the council was talking about our government consultations, and we've been having a lot of them since election season. Every time that we go to the table, we talk about the need for community space, the protection of our natural resources, and the railroad merger. So we're hoping to have someone, carry a bill so we can allocate money to get these community spaces and to allow the White Earth Nation to be more involved in these decisions on our natural resources. And also with the railroad merger, some of the concerns that we always brought up was the Waban Boys and Girls Club site, and the Mahnomen Emergency Services, how they'll be impacted if this merger happens. Update from my subcommittee meetings. We had an emergency meeting yesterday, and we were talking about MIAAA and how they allocate funding. So we do have our subcommittee meetings tomorrow. I won't be there in person, but I will be there via Zoom. And what we talked about yesterday is drafting a resolution to de-designate how MIAAA allocates the funding, because currently only four of the 11 tribal nations receive Title III and Title VI funding. And what the resolution will do is it'll give us the authority to allocate that funding, and the next steps, we want to include as many tribal nations as we can in accessing this funding, because what's going on right now is the tribal nations that are left out or do not access this funding. It gives the counties the opportunity to use their data and to get that funding allocated to their service area instead of coming directly to the tribal nation. So that's something that we'll be doing tomorrow. And then the Nadawash Road project, so the North Twin paving and street lighting. So the paving is done. We're waiting to do the road stripping and then our striping. And then, there's been a change order on the street lighting, so that's gonna take a little bit longer. But those projects are moving along great. That's my update, Nicochmew.
Good morning, everyone. It's been quite a busy month. We've been meeting, as everybody said. I'm always fighting with these old men here and one young boy, but we get through it. It's always awesome because, I mean, we have our disagreements, but we always, in the end, come together and, you know, do what's right for the people. We met with IHS and the elders, a lot of stuff and a lot of concerns came out. One was the parking lot down there, and IHS is working on a solution for that for our elders and families that, you know, have to walk a long way, especially in the winter here, winter times with the ice and everything. I attended the Urban Community Council meeting on Zoom, and I know that Eugene was there too. They're doing some awesome things, and I know that the Secretary Treasurer came in and told them that he would like to see them and our tribal programs down there to work together more because they do serve the same people. So that's gonna be something in the works. The fire departments was mentioned, and yes, White Earth and Native Wash cover a lot of our reservations, so they are looking for more funding. And we are working with them to try to get them more funding. I mean, we do need them, the fire departments up and running and, you know, get them up to par for everything they need. We met with the Minnesota Department of Ag. A lot of that was a lot of discussion. But I really liked the commissioner. He was actually open to listening to us. And I really like that when, you know, we have these people in such high offices that are, you know, willing to listen and work with us. We met with the Northwest and West Central initiatives, and they do a lot of work in our area, and they can also, they have a lot to offer our members. So I would like to see us, you know, work in collaboration with them so that we can get more things going here for our members. I attended 2 flag raising ceremonies. One was in White Earth and one was in Elbow Lake. They were great. I mean, it just makes you feel so good, and Doreen Day does an awesome job, awesome. And you come out of there feeling so good for your communities, and it was for the changing of the seasons, and it was mentioned, well, I think they had a meeting after the Elbow Lake one, but I didn't get the schedule yet, but they're scheduling more things like this. They did have the women's retreat that went well over, and that was awesome. I couldn't attend because I had a death. The men's retreat went awesome. So, you know, it's stuff like that that makes me proud to be Native American. It's like, you know, our traditions are being taught out there and being learned by our, not only our young, but our older out there teaching them too, and we just have to continue that. Tonight there is a, let me pull it up here. There is a Indian education programs and budgets, technology policy, and world's best workforce plan. This is for the Waban-Ogama White Earth schools. So if there's anybody interested in attending that, there will be a school board meeting right after. This starts at 5 p.m. at the Waban Commons, at the Waban School. So that's something, you know, if you have any ideas or something to say, I hope all parents show up. We also have a lot of Halloween stuff going on. Tomorrow night, the drive-through starts at the Christian Retreat. That's always fun to attend. So please attend that. I gotta see what else. There's, I know Elbow Lake is having one, and let's see when theirs is here. Sorry, I ain't prepared. Well, White Earth Community is having their Halloween party 3 to 5 on Saturday, the 29th. The Haunted Drive, I already said that, but Elbow Lake is also having something too. I didn't get nothing from Pine Point, and usually they have a big, awesome, scary house too, but I haven't heard from them. So I don't know if they're doing it this year or not. But I really hope that a lot of people will go out and do the drive-through. It's awesome. I know that some adults came from the cities and they took their mother through there. I mean, they didn't even have no kids and they enjoyed it completely last year. So, you know, you don't have to be a kid to go through there. It's absolutely free, so just get out there and do it. And I think that's about it for right now. They did mention the housing stuff, and yes, I wanna thank Mike LaRock for sitting down with me and going through them applications. We picked the 10 neediest that we seen, for District 3. So, and like he said, we're looking for more money to try to get, I had 40, well, right now I'm up to 45 apps for District 3 for fixing up elder homes. And then more people are reaching out for some repairs, so I'm gonna be working with the elder program to see if, what they can do. Cause some of them are just a door, so I'm gonna be working with them to see if maybe they can cover that. But it's gonna be awesome to get some of our elders' homes up to par. And hopefully, if we find that funding, we can get all 45 of the applications I received done. But that's it for now. Miigwech.
Thank you, Andy. I know that Michael's report, we didn't approve it, so I think I'm gonna have to ask for a motion to approve Mike LaRock's quarterly financial report.
Motion.
Motion by Eugene,
Second.
second by Andy, all in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries, thank you. Okay, next up on the agenda is the elders. Sam, do you want to say a few words?
Yeah, one of my notes I've got is Pine Point will have theirs on the 30th, which is Sunday.
Okay.
I got the agenda for it, this morning I took a look at it, and
He's got it. Thank you.
Pine Point will be having their, Halloween party on the 30th, on Sunday evening at the old school. And, I just seen the agenda, and there's gonna be a small meal, and a party with, different games, and stuff. But I didn't see very much, activities for elders. They weren't even mentioned in it. So I don't know how that's gonna be, it's gonna be a small meal, so, that is on that. Then, the next elder meeting will be on November 1st, next Tuesday, and it was changed from Nadawash because they're not open yet, and it was changed to Rice Lake. We'll be in Rice Lake at the EMP on November 1st after lunch. And then I talked to White Earth Health. They will be out in Pine Point next Wednesday at our food shelf giving booster shots. So I will be posting that in the community and getting people, they've been asking for them and looking forward to it. So Sally and I talked about that, and she'll be out there next Wednesday to give boosters. One other situation we had was, on October 17th, I got a call from L. Fox. Moose got hit up on Highway 59. And he called me and he says, they had about 500 pounds of meat. They wanted to distribute it to elders. Wanted to know how we should do it. I said, well, it should be divided among 5 communities and be like 100 pounds per community. But I'm hearing White Earth didn't get, the elders up there, the ones most needy didn't get it there, and Pine Point, the most needy didn't get it. Pine Point, I handed out, I think about a week ago, on Monday or Tuesday of last week, and there was only 23 pounds available to be handed out. And I couldn't get no information on where the rest of it went. I guess that's an issue that it seems like we have this is a reoccurring situation where they get turkeys for Thanksgiving or something, and the elders don't get theirs. They are not working with the elders out there with the community council. So, I just wanted to mention that. like I say, the Halloween party. I've got the agenda for the Pine Point one. Somebody just sent it to me. October 30th, 4 to 7 p.m. Halloween spectacular. Pine Point Community Center, Old School. Enjoy a light meal, beverage, a carnival, and a haunted clinic. I don't know where they're gonna put a haunted clinic, but come dressed in your best costume for a chance to win a prize. Winner is announced at 7 p.m. That, I guess, and tomorrow, the TEC in Walker, I think the last word I got is 16 elders will be attending that with a bus, taking a bus down there tomorrow. And I won't be going on the bus because I'm only gonna attend one day, and if I could, if somebody's got an agenda, I would like to know which day is gonna be the most information for me. If somebody's got an agenda for that, I'd like to see it.
Subcommittees are on Thursday and the regular TEC meetings on Friday.
So I know Tito will be going both days. She'll be on the bus. I was hoping she'd be in here, but I think she's at the health fair. We'd like to, that's why I'm coming here. Other than that, I guess the elders are, I'd like to invite the RTC, those that can attend, to be in Rice Lake on the 1st. If you could take it up there for our meeting. It'll be the second to the last meeting. The last meeting will be in Whitehurst at Congregate in December. I'm not sure what date it'll be, the first Tuesday in December. Thank you.
Hey Sam, I just wanted you to know that I did request an update on the Moose Meat list on who all received it, so hopefully I have that for you on the 1st, and if I'm unable to make it, I'll have Al or somebody from Natural Resources give you that list, okay?
All right. Other than that, when Tito comes in, she might have some other information, I know, and stuff. She's working on her article for the paper, but as a lot of you probably know, yesterday was a bad day for phone service. Most of the state was out. I mean, my computers were out, my phone was out and stuff, so we might be a little behind on that stuff. So, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Sam. We good. All right, Elders Commission. Nita, do you want to say a few words?
I actually just found about this meeting last night. Listening to what Sam had to say about the bus going to Walker tomorrow. I actually heard nothing about that. I want to know why that information isn't known. It's something that I could have arranged. As it is now, I'm going to try to just be there Friday. We had our first meeting, a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. And we have a meeting, we're not gonna be, our next Elders Commission meeting is gonna be here in Monoman at the Vets Building. I will be going myself, I'm not sure about it, any of the other council members, to attend Monoman council meeting. Right now, they don't have a place to meet, so I think it's November. They're going to have a meeting and I'll be there. I didn't bring any notes because you know, I didn't know that the commission was on the agenda, and I ran into Pam last night, and she just told me there was a meeting today, and that's why I'm here. But it is upsetting, and then to find out that these applications, because I know a few meetings ago I was here, and the application for the elders repair hadn't been ready yet, and then now I find there's already 45 applications that are complete.
That's how many I received.
Or you received,
Yeah,
you received,
but
but
then complete, I mean, some got some stuff from the other 300,000, you know, like the refrigerators and stuff like that. But right now, me and Michael Rock just sat down and went through just District 3s to select the 10 that we want to get going on right away.
You know, I've seen that before where they'll, you know, like when we did that 30,000 business grant because of the COVID loss, you know, when it comes to this funding, I wish, rather than, you know, put a cap on it and say, this is what you get, put out the need, because if somebody only needs $5,000, you know, say for repairs, for elder repairs, then let that other $5,000 go to somebody else that needs it.
That's what we are doing.
You know, I think that's a great idea. The other thing, and I brought this up at our elders council meeting, it's like, you know, I parked way to hell over there. We have absolutely no tribal elder parking. And that's something that could be done immediately. You go to different reservations and they got the tribal elders parking signs right there. And as it is, it's sometimes I can walk up to half a block, sometimes I can't even walk that far. Sometimes walking in my own house, it hurts my leg. But it's like, why? You know, why are the elders? You know, there's so many things that could easily be done to help the elders. Monoman elders still don't have EMP. You know, we got 3 kitchens here. Why aren't we utilizing them for those meals until that we could have a kitchen? You know, the only time that Monoman elders got EMP meals is during the shutdown. So, you know, I'm speaking on my own. You know, these are ideas. I threw a few ideas for the Elders Commission. There are proposals that I would like to see go through. A lot of good ones, you know, finding employment for the homebound elders to help supplement their income, help with grandparents taking care of their grandparents, be it with school clothes or extra money for electricity. I mean, costs that incur with taking care of their children. You know, it is an honor to be raised by your grandchildren, but it's also a burden on the grandparents. Although some of the greatest, you know, children are raised by their grandparents. But there's just a lot of different things that the elders need that it's not gonna take, you know, 10 years to complete. These things that should have been done years ago. You know, I don't just seek input from the elders, but also from the young ones, because they know what their parents and their grandparents need. You know, a lot of us, we do have family, but a lot of times our families are busy with their own families, and maybe even taking care of their grandchildren. So, you know, someone suggested to me, why don't we adopt a grandparent? You know, that's a great idea. You know, or getting, when we get plowed, you know, why can't, it's really nice to have a place to park your car that's been plowed, but what about from your car to your car door? We have an elder that's 90-some years old. She has to shovel off her own porch. Now, what if she fell down? You know, she's out in the middle of nowhere. Who would see her? You know, can we get Taro or some other kind of labor to ride around with these plowers to shovel to the doorway? You know, there's a lot of things I like to see done, and they're not bad things, because even those that aren't elders here, someday you'll need those services. It's like, we can make it better for you today. Anyway, I was not expecting to speak for the Elders Commission, but I'm still feeling that the elders are kept in the blind. You know, I mean, we need something out there. I would have loved to have gotten on that bus. You know, I'm trying to arrange a ride there for Friday, but
I believe there still probably can be room on it. I'm not sure how big a bus that is.
Mr. Chairman, can I comment? What? Please.
In fact, if I've got, you know, I don't think I was signed up for it, but I'm not going on the bus, I'm driving my own car, so if you want to go, I don't know where it's leaving from, I haven't got any information on that. So, where are they picking up, Mike, you know?
Tito said that they're gonna be picked up at the RBC building at 7:30.
7:30 at the RBC building in
And she told me
Whiter?
there's 19 people that are signed up.
And if Tita was here, she could give an update on it. I want to make some comments. I want to, all your ideas, are great. They're great for the elders, and that's why when it comes from the Elders Commission. There was members of the Elders Commission at the last Elders Weekly meeting, and they all knew about the bus. And you guys met, I just talked to Pam the other day, she said you guys did meet after that, so why it wasn't brought up at your meeting after that, I don't know. But you guys, the communication has to get better. It has to get better between, whether it's gonna be the weekly and the commission. I think the communication's gotta get a lot better, because there was a conversation at the weekly meeting about the bus and stuff like that, and there was commission members there. So why they didn't bring it to your first commission meeting, I don't know. That's something that you would have to address, Anita, with the commission, why the information isn't getting there. So that's one of the things I want to make a comment about. So because I was there, we go to all the weekly meetings, and when we were out here one day, Pam and kind of pulled us aside and said you guys had met and stuff like that, and you guys talked a little bit about some stuff and all that. So, but that's one of the questions I would have for you, Anita, for your commission, was that why wasn't that brought up at your first commission meeting? Okay.
Well, the thing is, I do remember that conversation at the co-op meeting, but it was the question was about getting the bus. There was no date or no definite answer as to if there would be a bus.
Yeah, at that meeting, we told them to get a number. We were at the last tribal council meeting, we had made the decision that that the bus was gonna be, that was gonna go. It was a go at the last council meeting, so.
Wasn't the
all the
last
information
council
there.
meeting like on a Thursday or something?
It's always the last Friday of the month, it always is. We couldn't do it this time because we have TEC on the last Friday of the month, that's why we have it today, so.
Well, the other thing is Doreen Day is gonna be having a full moon, ceremony in Nadawash on the 8th, and she would like the elders to attend.
And that could be brought up they meet on the 1st.
You guys could.
Yep.
They meet on the 1st, so, I mean, if Doreen wants, if they want to invite Doreen to their
Right.
meeting and invite them to it at that point in time, yeah. And I know the Elders Commission, you guys also attend a weekly, don't you?
I think they should be.
We're separate from,
I know you're separate, but do you attend a meeting with them just to
we can,
listen?
and they attend ours because our meetings are now open.
Yeah, okay.
This has been a problem from day one, since I've been on the elders council, is I always talk about communication. You know, the right hand don't know what the left hand is doing, or vice versa. I didn't even know you guys had any meetings so far yet. I knew you were supposed to have some, just one, but we haven't. I don't know if Tito knew about it, but I didn't have any information that you guys had met. I would like to attend if you guys have any meetings, stuff with me. Informed on that too. So, and then you guys are welcome to come to our meetings too. I know at the last, I think Pine Point meeting, there was 1 or 2 people there from the commission. Emily was there, and you remember Mike, who else was there?
Anita, were you there?
No.
I know you weren't, okay, I think it was Emily and, I'm trying to think who else, there was a couple of commission members there.
Tony.
Yeah.
Tony Vidman.
Tony Visna was there.
But on that note, the communication part of it's really bad. Getting everybody on the same page and the same place in meetings, and how we can get the word out to them. That's the problem. You know, we're not on Facebook, most of us ain't on emails. How do we get it out? You know, if you guys would have a site, how we could do it, or where we could call in or something. That's why we have our meetings at the beginning of the month, for that reason, so we can get stuff lined up for the entire month. On another note, last Friday night, I thank the Elders Council, or the RTC, for donating 10 tickets for the concert of Three Dog Night. I got unanimous and bounding thank yous from the people that they really enjoyed it. And one individual in particular, and if I'm going to be held and say one individual that went is not an elder, if I had to do it over again, I'd give him a ticket every time, and that was Joe. I think everybody here knows Joe, Linda's boy. And he specifically asked for the tickets at the Pine Point Elders meeting last month. And it was a pleasure watching him dance in the aisles and sing along with them. It was well worth it. And that's the reason if somebody says, well, there was somebody that wasn't an elder that attended that concert, I'd do it again. I hope that I don't get any flack for it. Thank you. On behalf of everybody, thank you guys for donating.
A couple other comments, just kind of with the homeowner repair stuff. We did go through all those applications and we did, like Annie said earlier, is that we looked at the most needed and we did, there was a lot of people that just needed a furnace or needed a water heater, and that didn't cost it didn't cost for that 700,000 that we had. So they are, and that's why we enlisted the White Earth Builders to go do assessments on all the names that they picked and stuff like that. So if we get some more funding for that program, then we will look at the rest of those applications and see who we can also, who can also assist with this. And also housing had put in for, I think, not housing, Human Services got that homeowners, what is it, that HAP grant or whatever it's called for homeowners. And that funding there, and that's a lot of money. And when that comes out, they'll be advertising that and putting it out for application process. And can we do better? Yes, we can do better, and that's what I'm saying. That's why we listen to yourself, and we listen to the people that come to the meetings and the people that respond to us and tell us that and give us advice on our challenges that we have with these programs and stuff like that. So that's how we get better with communication and stuff like that. So I'm good for everything you do, Anita.
And one of the things that I had suggested with the commission was moving, I had mentioned that I wanted to attend various community meetings within District 2 just to get input. And then so there was somebody that suggested, well, why don't we just do our meetings, monthly meetings, and go to different communities? But there was a discussion and if somebody didn't want to combine meetings, but it's something that as being on the commission, I'm still able to do. And because I think, input is what we really need. And Mike, I think what you brought up about the other, that's what I was talking about, not the one that you're going to 45 applications for at this point. It was the other grant for homeowners is what I was talking about.
And then the 45 that Annie's talking about, that was just District 3.
Yeah, just the applications.
District 2 and 1 also had.
That's a whole different thing that I was thinking of.
Oh, okay. But we are trying our best to get everybody, I mean, it's not easy, but we're trying our best to get most of our elders served, and it's, we discussed it and, there's a lot of wants, but we're gonna go with the needs right now to get them ready.
Yeah, take care of the elders' property, because someday it might be yours.
And I remember when you said about tribal elder parking, yes, I see that at every casino, and I also see veterans parking too. And I agree with you that we should have that at both casinos, and the RBC or any of our buildings. So, that's something that we can discuss and get moving on right away for. And I like the shovelers, but I think Curtis and Lori are working on that, so.
And I think one of the ideas for that would be if you get together with the people that snowplow, and then if say they have a number of names in each district, and we could probably use day labor. Because day labor goes 6 hours. If you put a day labor guy in with one of the plower guys for that one day, and then have that day labor guy do the shoveling and stuff like that, well, the plow guy does the plowing and stuff like that. That would be a good solution for that. So
Really nice.
because they're also a lot of them can't go out and check their tanks in the wintertime for propane and stuff like that. So because they can't get to their tanks with the amount of snow that they get. So the day labor program would work good for that.
I believe, I've got the original, Elders Affairs Commission from day one when we first started. And that was some of the things that were in there. Believe it or not, that was 2 or 3 years ago. So that's how long we've been working on this. Lawn care, snow removal, just about everything was covered in here. And as it slowly went through, it kind of lost a lot of the things that we originally wanted. And we had that issue of snow plowing. The snowplow drivers were pushing snow up in towards the fuel tanks, propane tanks. And we got calls from elders that their propane dealers said, we're not gonna put propane in if that tank ain't, if you got snow pushed up against it, we're not gonna fill it. We're not gonna go and risk falling off it or having it. So out in Pine Point, I know I talked to a lot of the snowplow drivers and told them, if you're gonna push snow, push it away from the fuel tanks, not in front of it.
Mr. Chair, if I may?
Yes, please.
Thank you. So yes, all of those recommendations have been implemented and budgeted for, so there should be a process, a permanent process in place already for this upcoming winter. So each of those things that were brought to our attention, we didn't find the temporary solutions, we found permanent ones and then budgeted for those things. Snow removal from roofs, the sidewalks, the sanding, the salting of the sidewalks, the concerns regarding the congregate buildings, the entrances and all of those things, they have been brought solutions brought forward on that. And then I would also just like to assist Anita with a little bit of the dates of the Elders Commission. They had met on September 19th, 2022, October 5th, 2022, both of those dates as trainings. And then they had met as their first official meeting on October 19th, 2022. Some of the things that that I will be helping and assisting with them is a drafted budget has been developed that will be brought forward and brought to their next meeting here in November for review and approval. And then also I have a template for them to use for their meeting notes. One of the couple things that I could include on that is the cultural calendar, and then the other thing I could include on that is their communication between the Elders Commission and WECOI, or the White Earth Council of Elders. So then that way that would streamline a process to ensure that there's good communication as they're reporting through their meetings in that sense. So just wanted to add those things to her update and report. Miigwech, thank you.
On that note, one of the issues we've got is, I think I talked to Mike about this, was plastic on the windows. I think there was a deadline at the end of this month, which is coming very quickly. And I don't know if they've even started putting plastic on windows in any of the communities.
Yes, they have. They have actually started, yep.
Okay. All right, and then the other issue was, I've got an elder in Pine Point, I think Mike and Annie, I don't know if you, Annie, did you hear about the individual in Pine Point that had a hot water heater fire and it's been out, hasn't had a hot water heater for 2 weeks?
Yeah, we talked about it. Remember, Mike Chesley.
Oh, yeah.
So, if you guys are working on that, I would appreciate that. The last I heard, he's going without a hot water heater.
Well, I know we got, elders can also help with that, and they're over there, so I can go talk to them after this.
All right, thank you.
Sam, one of the things I wanted to mention, I was hoping Tito was here. We wanted to talk about your, and we'll sit down and talk about you guys' budget. We gotta sit down and talk about that, because a lot of the stuff that's coming from other areas could be coming out of your own budget. And we have to talk about that. These trips and stuff like that, we have to talk a little bit about that, about how we can come to a happy medium on it, that when you guys do plan trips and stuff like that, if you're gonna go to the TEC, you know well in advance where TEC is at and where it's gonna be. So if you guys could budget that, we need to sit down and talk about that. So I just wanted to mention that, make a comment, Chairman.
Yeah, they should. Did you get our budget, Mike? We made one up a while back.
Yeah, I think I received that one budget that you guys did, but what I'm talking about is your yearly events. If you're gonna go to like that.
I think the budget was estimated to be about 32,710 according to the budget they put up for the elders for 1 year.
Actually, just Mr. Chair, for correction, the one that we received was $5,000 per quarter, which was a $20,000 budget. So I don't know where the 36,000.
This was on I think Emily and I don't know if Pam was in on that at the time. I'll take it, you can pass it down to the other individuals here.
I did receive that budget that they had, so.
Okay, Miigwech.
And also, Sam, the other thing is I just want to make one more comment. Tito mentioned that there was 10,000 left out of your third and fourth quarter that you didn't get. You guys need to request that money. You never requested the third and fourth quarter money. I talked to Human Services Director Mike Thompson about it. He said that they have a template letter for you guys. He was gonna get it to Colleen, your treasurer, and she was, in order for you guys to get that 5,000 for third quarter and 5,000 for fourth quarter, you have to make the request.
Yep.
That's what we need to see first, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Someone asked for, these are,
Sam, you can talk to Mike LaRock after we're done.
I've
You
got-
guys can figure out the money stuff.
I've got the, budget or the money in our accounts and stuff. So-
Thank you. Thank you, Sam.
Yep.
You know, I guess the thing about it, I'm gonna reiterate on is like, make sure that we're organized and that we're, you know, and it's like we know our elders are so important, you know, that if you need the help or the financial stuff, that we're here to help. And, you know, we just wanna make sure that everything is organized, well organized. You know, that's all we wanna see is like communication and organization. That's all we want. So, but it's good that we're communicating today. I know you and LaRock can probably meet after here and discuss the finances and maybe those SOPs, those standard operating procedures of requesting money and also of how you're going to budget your monies in your accounts for that next year. And I think that's what Mike was getting at, was that when these TEC trips are quarterly, that you guys can budget those quarterly too and get your sign up listed, who wants to go to these meetings. So it's important that that you look at what you want to attend, and it's important that you budget for those things. So you can meet with Mike too after we're done, the commission and also the elders council. So I want to say good. All right, next up is program updates. I think Maria Clark is here from IHS. So Maria.
Good morning, Chairman, council members. Finally made it. Thank you for this opportunity. I just wanted to run through a couple things. I'm happy to report we have a new physician. He's a doctor. He's internal med, and he's going to take over Toma's panel. So he just arrived on Monday. So he'll be going through some orientation, and then hopefully he'll start seeing patients next week. We do have a change in leadership. Our deputy CEO, who was Leanne Thorson, she went on to the area office. So now she's the PRC director up there. So right now that position is being advertised. We have a few applicants. I haven't seen those yet. I just heard that there was a few applicants. So I have Arlene Bolin, who came down from the area. She's been detailed from the area to help us since Leanne had left. And we are, I had sent vacant positions that are out there, quite a few to Lori. I forwarded them to her, so I'm not sure where they're going as far as HR, tribal HR.
Yep.
But I forward those, as soon as I get them, I forward them to her. Purchase and referred care, right now, we started our new fiscal year, but of course, the fiscal intermediary, we're having issues, technical issues, so our purchase orders aren't getting paid right now. We're working on it. So if you have any community members that are worried or have concerns about their bills being paid, just have them call me directly. And there's other ways we can make a payment if this is not resolved soon enough. We talked about the parking lot with the elders a couple weeks ago. So some of the things that we're able to do, we ordered signs. There's a row, the row that goes against the helicopter pad. We're gonna designate that as elder parking only. And then right across from there, we saved 2 spots for pregnant women. So we ordered signs for 2 spots there. I moved a row of employee parking down. So I added we added more, one more row, which is closer to the entrance for patient parking. And it seems to be working. I also had security move up front in the foyer. It's between the two entrances. You got the main door, and then you have a second door. They're in between there, so they can help with any elderlies that need help, wheelchairs. So the wheelchairs are already, they're right there by the front door, so they're stationed there. So hopefully that'll help, and also provide direction for people who may been there for the first time and not sure where they're going, so they can help there. Let's see.
Excuse me a second.
Go ahead.
Where are you at with valet parking for the elders? No, I'm just.
Thought about it. We did think about that. So keep in mind, this is actually in the future, it's gonna be our back entrance. It's gonna be our employee entrance. So we did not plan for that, for the patients. So it'll be much better in the future. It'll be a different area that patients will be parking. We finished the fiscal year. So of course, each year we started continuing resolution. So we're on a continuing resolution through December 16th, I think. But at least through December, we have funding. Revenues, we finished the year very well. Despite being closed and the field clinics, we still finished very well. We met our goals. So we did about 14.5 million, I believe, in revenues. I'm just going to go through here. Stop me if you want. Mr. Fox, for Rice Lake, I'd love to have a meeting with you to talk about more PR for the clinic there. We're not getting enough interest, I guess, I would say, or maybe the community is not aware of our hours, but they can make appointments, they can make same-day appointments or make them ahead. So I thought maybe I could just sit with you and come up with some ideas of how we can get the word out.
Yeah, I think that would be, because I've been down there a couple times and when the clinic was there, and we do have they do have a Rice Lake Community Council page. So probably I can give you my number and everything.
Yes.
Made 407-2729.
2729?
Yep. And then just send me the hours and stuff and what it is you do there, then I can put it on that page also, and you might get more people to come, so. And we can still meet though too.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
I'll be there Monday for an appointment, so.
Gotcha, I'll be out there.
Okay.
Okay, so we do have appointments and same-day appointments, so they walk in basically. And so far, we've gone, they're mostly nurse visits right now, maybe a COVID shot or a COVID test. But we do have a nurse practitioner out there on Mondays. I do want to say that we are aware that you all want to meet Dr. Noisy-Hawk. I know some of you are new. Some of you might have met her initially when we first rolled out remember when we had the big to-do at the White Earth Service Unit, when we had the COVID vaccine coming and we had the IHS director at that time? If you don't remember, that's fine.
No, I never met her.
Okay, I thought that was anyways, she wanted to be here, but she already had a physician conference in Arizona that she had scheduled. So if the tribal council meetings, or these meetings are every fourth Friday, correct?
Last Friday of the month, yeah.
Last Friday, okay, last Friday. So it could have been the fifth Friday if that's the case, right? Okay, last Friday. So we'll put that in there. Let's see. I don't think I have anything else. We do meet with the elders monthly, and we also meet with tribal health programs every Friday morning, so we go over that. And I don't have anything else really to report. If there's any questions or concerns, something I could work on, let me know. Yeah. I'll give you a call, Mr. Fox, just
Okay.
we can make an appointment.
All right.
All right.
Miigwech, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next up are the community councils updates, and I don't think we have any councils, or Eugene has a call. Oh,
No, we got them in the packet.
oh, we have them in the packet, so.
Just somewhere.
On those communities, I forgot.
Yeah, there's, the first one is Grace Lake.
Sure. Yep.
Yeah, go ahead, Hank, you can talk
Okay.
about that one, John.
Yeah, we got them in our package. They must have got a report from them. I know a lot of them are working too for the RTC too, so. Autumn Oganash here she's the new chair for the Rice Lake Community Council. Sent updates for RLCC. She said we have our haunted hayride Wednesday, August 26th with what is tonight. I believe it's 8:00. I believe they're gonna start going through the haunted trail there. And they were able to fill 250 candy buckets with donations from Henry George Fox, they said, and Boys and Girls Club. So Miigwech. Help with the behavioral health. Healing Feast was down there October 19th, and it went really great. We had quite a few people. It was nice to see, so many people there for that healing feast. I think Jess Gagno talked and Sean Goodman. Trying to get their fireplaces in before it gets too cold out. I know they got 2 fireplaces and two big canopies before I resigned off the council. But we didn't want to put the canopies in place because of Natawash's blew away like a parachute. So we're gonna try to find an anchor system for it to hold it down a little bit. They're helping organize, we're having an elder bingo. That's also in our packet. I believe November 17th at 5 p.m., 55 plus only, elder bingo. So we're doing that on November 17th. Planning Christmas event. I know they got their Toys for Tots slips out. And ordering candy. Toys for Tots slips are at the Rice Lake Community Center. They're also at the Roar Lake store. So I know we get a lot down there at Roar Lake that go to the store, so they fill them out there. Demo derby went well, was a nice turnout and a beautiful day. And that's all she has, so I hope Miigwech.
Eugene, is there one for your district? Or?
Yeah, we got one for District 2. It's the Monoman Tribal Community Council. They just have a quick update on all the events they've done. So in August, they did a wild rice cook-off. And they also participated in the National Night Out. They had an informational booth with door prizes. In September, they had a back-to-school school supply giveaway. In October, they had a Project Pumpkin, so a pumpkin giveaway and a pumpkin carving contest. They're also hosting a youth coloring contest. And they are planning a trunk or treat event at the wider Tribal and Community College. And some of their concerns are, we recently just moved them to the Shopco building along with our CSOs and the Boys and Girls Club. They said they have a lack of space, well, not a lack of space, but the space that they're currently using, there's no, it's not a secured space, so they're worried about the Toys for Tots and getting the toys over there, making sure none of the kids, or none of their Toys for Tots gifts are tampered with. It's something that we're gonna have to bring back to the table and maybe one of our briefings and kind of collaborate on. It should be an easy fix. But that's all I have for the District 2 Community Council updates.
Miigwech.
Yeah, and I have the urban updates. they're a fairly new, council down there in urban office. They're going through some challenges and, they're not quite what they need to report and stuff like that, so. But they have some quick updates I got from Ryan Solomon. I believe he's the chair of that urban office down there, or urban council. I get that mixed up. On the 27th of October, they're gonna have a gathering, a memorial luncheon gathering for Carl Franzen at the MCT building from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. This is a community-wide event and they'll be providing the paper products. On the 28th, they're gonna have a special meeting to finalize their 2023 events. On the 9th of November, this is gonna be their monthly meeting, and I plan on being there, and I believe some of the other council members are gonna be there. It's a 5 p.m. start time. It's at the carriage house at the mansions. On 11/12, they plan a chili cook-off at the MCT building, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. They'll be collaborating with the urban office for this event. Four of their urban members will be competing against each other, and 4 urban members will compete. 4 of the urban community council members will be competing against each other, and 4 urban members will compete. For bragging rights, they say. Members will receive first place $100, second place $75, fourth place $50 gift cards. The urban office will also be distributing Thanksgiving holiday gift cards. 12/17, they have their Christmas party at the MCT building. A time to be determined. They'll have snacks, crafts, Santa, and gifts. They'll be collaborating with the urban office for this event. So, and like I said earlier, I got a call from one of the urban office and the urban community council members down there, and we just have to start to work through their challenges of what they can do and what they can't do and what their budgets are going to be and stuff like that for their year and stuff like that. So on the November 9th meeting, I'm going to meet with them down there for that and talk to them a little bit about what they're reporting, what they should be reporting and stuff like that. And, that'll be good for them to get on board and get over some of these challenges. Thank you.
Okay. All right, Miigwech. Next up is old business. We know nothing there, so new business. We have a couple of youth and elder requests. First one is the Rice Lake bingo. I know what's in here.
Here. Who's asking for it? Or, Michael. Which one is it? What are you doing now?
Henry, how much they ask?
500? 500.
I just wanna say something, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, please.
When White Earth has theirs, they take it out of their own budget. You know,
No. Hey, how much do they have in their budget?
In their budget?
Okay, well, they should ask for the max. I guess they can come up to 1,000, I guess.
yeah, and I'm okay with it, I just wanted to,
Okay, motion to approve the Rice Lake bingo.
Motion.
Motion by Eugene,
second,
second by Michael, all in favor?
aye.
Aye.
Motion carries, thank you. Next up is another request for elder youth fund request is the White Earth Community Council Halloween. They're asking for, how much, Ann?
I have no idea,
1,000.
Yeah.
where does it say 1,000?
Yeah.
1,002.
A motion for $1,000 for this request.
And then, now is that a one-time thing, right, for the
Yes.
year?
Yes.
I wonder if they're aware of that.
Know that what Lori and Curtis and they have a team that's redoing the policy and procedures on it, so
Oh,
that
okay,
might change.
okay, motion,
Motion by Annie,
Second.
second by Mike, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries, thank you. All right, next up is the consent agenda. And here we have quite a few things that are in the consent. And I'll go through this list real quick. Pop off a few, it's mostly contract renewals and
the next one is.
like architect services for behavioral health linkage, OFR grant amendment resolution, economic development letter of support for Lower Sioux community, Education has allocation monetary for CCFY 22. Child Care's Act Funds Statement Obligation and Resolution. Finance has, we have the Circle Life demolition. We have change orders for a lot of different projects for Jack Hall, for the behavioral health remodel. We have a lot of remodeling, a lot of different change orders in here. For the health building, we have the injury health program, non-continuation application. Human services, we have the homeless program, housing support agreement. We have the homeless program, Minnesota engagement in shelter and housing. Letter to the U.S. Department of Justice, a no-cost extension for grant. Minnesota food shelf program application, just a lot of different applications for judicial. We have a contract for services for like traffic safety grant. We have legal has business license for project memos for different LLCs. Contracts for natural resources, we have multi-hazard mitigation plan for resolutions, funding requests for the Letter of Oak Savannah project. We just have different things with education, allocation mandatory for funding for 2022 discretionary. Any questions on these consent agenda items? Council, ask for a motion to approve.
Motion.
Motion by Eugene.
Second.
Second by Henry, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. I'd like to say thank you everyone for coming today. I know we're getting to the next part. We're gonna go into our executive session and we will, Antonio, do we have the motion to go into executive or do we do it after the break?
You do that after the break.
We can do that after the break, but I want to say Miigwech for coming, for being here today and listening to us and Miigwech, stay safe, get your booster. Miigwech. We're on break. Take a 10-minute break, guys.
Half hour.